Good morning, Sophia. We are going to talk about our next subject in science, which is going to be photosynthesis. So, Elijah, if I could have your attention, please. We are going to start talking about a process called photosynthesis. Can you say that word with me?
Synthesis.
Photosynthesis. Very good. Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis. Very good. Can you say that, Rajon? Photosynthesis. Good job, buddy. Okay, so plants make their own food during photosynthesis. That's what photosynthesis is. It's plants making their own food. They don't eat other things like carnivores, yes, but I meant consumers do. They make their own food, and that is why we call them producers. So, Elijah, a producer is a plant, right? And plants make their own food during a process called photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis.
Very good, Elijah. That's right. So they use light energy. Plants using light energy. The plants convert water and carbon dioxide into energy-rich, simple sugar called glucose. So basically, they use the sunlight and turn it into their food. That's what photosynthesis is. That's what plants do. They use the sunlight and they turn it into their food. They use the carbon dioxide and they turn it into food. And then the plants can also release oxygen into the air from this process, and that's what we breathe. So that helps us to breathe in our carbon dioxide. So photosynthesis, Elijah, is where plants make their own food. Very good. Yes. Photosynthesis, plants make their own food. And since the plants start our food chains, right? Producers, they have to be able to make their own food. And that's how the plant or the producer can be the start of a food chain. It's because they make their own food. All right, so what are some basic things that organisms need to live, Elijah? What are the things we've learned? We've talked about this. What do all living things need? All living things need to live is food.
Food. Water.
Water. What else do all basic things need to live? Food, water, what else? No, they don't need Africa. Two of the basic things that we need are food and water, right? And we need shelter to be able to live also. But food and water are two very, very important things. And plants also need an energy source, which is food. So they use photosynthesis to make their energy source, just like you and I eat food as humans for our energy source. Some of us eat a little too much for their energy sources. But long story short, the plants have to make their own food, Elijah. They have to make their own food in a process called photosynthesis. They have to make their own energy so that they can live and grow, right? All living things grow. So they have to make their own food. They have to make their own food. That's why the plants start the food chain as producers. Okay, so through the process of photosynthesis, here's our beautiful picture of our plant, right? Here's our sunflower growing. The sunflower uses the sunlight. It takes in the sunlight, and it takes in the carbon dioxide. So during photosynthesis, the plant uses sunlight and carbon dioxide, and it puts out oxygen and the glucose, or the sugars. And it uses those things for its energy. It also takes in water and minerals and nutrients through its roots. So the plant needs photosynthesis to make its own, what, Elijah? Food. Photosynthesis makes its own food.